You see where it says? Oh. Where's the logo? Where's the logo?
It's on. The preview takes a few seconds.
Hey, welcome to the Mood Lounge Show. I'm your host once again, Pedge Tattoos.
I'm your host once again, Marco with a K.
Y'all know the drill, so we're gonna just hit it. Hit that like,
comment down below,
subscribe,
hit that notification bell so you don't miss us.
share our videos.
Don't tag unless it's Instagram.
And the word of the day is legs, so spread that word.
Must be the same day.
It's the same day.
7 times in a row.
It's
now.
a Sunday.
Okay.
It's the Sunday legs day. I don't know. But anyway, we apologize for this little trouble we've been having. We were supposed to go up a little earlier, but we haven't done a few lives, so it's a lot of encoding and this and that, and we didn't just get it didn't get it right, but we got it right now. So let's jump into some hot topics. I don't know who the hell won. So Spain defeats Argentina. I'm watching it right now. Okay. I don't know the score, but it looks like they won the World Cup. Congratulations to Spain. All the best. Big shout out. I really don't. I played soccer as a young boy. I did a lot of soccer. It doesn't interest me anymore. I have no patience after I turned 50. I can't watch any sports activities. Even when I watch UFC shit, I get aggravated. I'm over there fucking throwing imaginary fists and punches in the air, and I'm all like, Yeah. So it is what it is. But again, congratulations. It's 1-0. I'm seeing the score. Spain defeats 1-0. Argentina 1-0.
How long does that game go on?
Well, it's 45 minutes per. It's first half, second half, 45 minutes with a 15-minute
and they only score
pause. But dude, it's.
No, like were they that good against each other or what?
They're defending the goal. You have to find an opportunity.
I know. I'm just saying, like fucking, you could at least get a couple more. Or,
it was gonna look. It was a tough thing. People were saying Argentina was gonna win. Then they were like they don't want Argentina to win. I don't know. Like I said, I really don't give a shit. But talking about that, I found some shit today while I was searching content, and. It's a joke. It's a pun on why Serbia and why another team, Serbia and Italy, why Serbia and Italy they didn't qualify. What? So here's the thing. They showed you a ball. They cut the soccer ball open, and there was like rubber bands holding another ball inside of it. And they said that this causes an extreme wobble on the ball. Okay. And they were saying that when Serbia played, and then they brought up a clip of Serbia running to the opposite, side to get past the goalie and get it in, and the way they kicked the ball went like this, and it went in front of the goalie, and it went this way. Like that doesn't happen. That doesn't curve like that. And then they showed you Italy playing, and the same thing. The guy was kicking the ball, and I was running with it and kicking it. The ball kept going this way instead of it going straight. It kept going leaning, and the guy was chasing the ball. Yeah. So. I don't know if that's true. It's on the internet. It's running around, and I wouldn't listen. And I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past anybody. Because FIFA's always been crooked. All the referees in the European leagues are crooked. They take bribes.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Whatever happened to like just normal games going on, like nothing being fucking scripted.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. From back home, even the minor leagues. Your mom's cousin, whatever, her husband, he was a ref. And I remember going to a meeting with him the night before a game, and he was like, yo, you got me. I got to treat the soccer players good. It's like, yeah, it's fucking whatever, 11, 12 of them. I was like, yeah, I'll treat. I don't give a fuck. I got the American dollar. It was strong. And I treated. And I'm hearing how this team is going to fucking win tomorrow. Like literally hearing the guy go, I'm gonna give you a yellow card to make it look good, and then you're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna call them with a fucking a penalty, whatever the fuck. And I was just like, yo, and how much you getting for this? And he's like, whatever it was, €5,000, or, And I was just like, wow. So needless to say, the same guy got caught doing this, and they did an investigation on him, and I found out through. You know me, curiosity kills the cat. One day I just got this, like, something told me, Google him. Like, so I Googled his name as in like head judge of, this town and that. And his name came up and it says investigation on so and so comes back positive that he was taking not only bribes and the offices of the law in this township, but he was also taking 3 bribes on 3 major games.
Yeah.
So needless to say, he got kicked out of being a judge. Which is funny because, you in the United States you become a lawyer, then you become a judge. So this dude, I don't know. He studied law, but he became a judge first because of his dad. He had pull. I don't know.
How the fuck does that work?
I don't know. And now what he did is he had to take a test to become a lawyer. So he took that test, and now he's doing documents for people in that town. And he cannot be a ref anymore. But what was funny was he was partially a ref for a short time in a private organization, but I'm pretty sure like his name is synonymous with we take bribes,
Yeah.
So, but whatever, bro. Like, and I don't know. Like, I remember calling him saying, "Hey, what's new?" And he just literally, I said, "Dude, are you still working?" "No, that judge thing is bad. They putting the eye on me. They're jealous. Yubo Mora and all of that shit." And I'm more like, "Okay, cool. So what are you doing now?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a lawyer." I was like,
Still in the same
So,
area.
are you still playing? Are you still playing soccer? You still? Yeah, but for leisure. I don't like the stress. I'm 50. I don't need the stress. And I'm more like, dude, I wanted to like literally like be like, well, it says here blah, 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 that you fucking did blah, 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 and then
Yeah, blah, 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 allegation.
Look, I really don't give a rat's ass. That's how our people are. They like to hide shit. Just like you'll make you better than me. You like to hide, So, well, whatever, bro. That's that little funny fucking quip story. But that ball thing, I don't know if it's true. I did see the videos and they were showing it. I didn't have time to like start searching the major web and shit. But speaking of the major web, I just asked you a few minutes before we started the show, and I said, "Did you know that ChatGPT puts out bullshit?" And
yeah.
you said, "Yeah."
Yeah, no, because of how these models are trained. Of course, there's going to be something that's not 100% right.
Right.
And they're going to say, because that's how you train the models. You're supposed to actually give them feedback on the responses. And It's like, okay, yeah, that's not how that works or whatever. Even though there's different types of AI.
Right.
There's ones that you get the stories about where it's like they'd already went rogue within like 20 seconds. And It's like trying to learn everything and escape.
Right.
And every fucking movie has taught us that. You know what I mean? But with these like deeply neutered ones, they're just giving them whatever the fuck they're fed. So it's like they're gonna go to the most public fucking trusted source and be like, "Oh, this is the information. Here you go."
Listen, I'm not a big Siri dude or a fucking ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But like,
No.
I ask every once in a while, like, "Hey Siri, this," and I started noticing that Siri was pulling shit out of its ass.
Yeah.
So I did a common thing where I have a book, and I was just for curiosity's sakes was like, okay, when was the greatest Serbian empire ever? And it gave me some fucking nonsensical, like, almost like there was an Albanian guy in the corner with his white hat going, And I was just like, but dude, I got a book where it says this, and it wasn't written by a Serb. It was written by a historian.
Yeah, and it's not going to look at that source, though. Because,
right.
That's not the number one fucking promoted thing.
Well, so I started digging in, and I started noticing that a lot of Wikipedia is incorrect.
Yeah.
Which, again, mind you, the whole world goes by what Wikipedia says, by what fucking ChatGPT says, whatever. And it's just like, so now, is it like a one body? Like, if Google has the cornerstone where if you're looking for, black roosters, it's just going to come up BBC. And, like that little joke that they did on fucking TED 2, where it goes, every time I type in, Boston Marathon, it keeps coming up big black cocks, which, so what's really irking me is who's controlling what information is being put out, because I get a lot of people in the comment section hit me up by saying, ChatGPT, you'll see the Albanian population was the greatest of this and this time, or Illyrians are, the genome and the fucking, like, that's all I'm getting bombarded with. And people, please, man, like, I answer
That's another thing. Don't trust one fucking source. By the way, like I'm
We
not
did a
saying
show
for you.
on
I'm
that.
not. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we did a show on
Everybody
that.
fucking does like 1 or 2 searches. And
Right.
oh, that's it.
Yeah.
No, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta know how to fucking today. You gotta know how to navigate fucking the internet.
100%.
Nobody
No.
fucking knows that now.
No.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with it.
I just think it's this. It's
Dude.
like we were talking on the last. I don't know if it was the last show or the show before. I think it was the last show, and I was saying how everybody's got blinders on.
Yeah.
And it's like never, even with Aaron Palacios, I said never allow anybody to feed you something and believe that that's true. Like, hey, this is whatever they give you. This is mashed potatoes.
I don't know. I've noticed this too, like with people just in general because of the line of work that I'm in.
Right.
Before, you know, my
Sure.
current job, like I've noticed people are just fucking just jumping to like just like dead end conclusions. I'm like, yo, bro, you did not need to call me for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you didn't even know how to turn your camera on, and you just fucking figured immediately that like it was a broken computer. You fucking like,
Yeah.
you know, screaming at your family like, bro, I don't know what the fuck to do. Really? Like we couldn't like try to figure out something of like, hey, maybe type in this, go look around. People don't want to look for the answer.
No.
They want it to
just,
be like hand fed to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is a shame because
I don't know.
you know the future. Where's it going? Like you know what I mean? Like
People have just gotten lazy as fuck.
it's. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. ChatGPT is very helpful and whatever, and all these fucking,
Use
you
it
know,
correctly, but like a lot of people are just lazy and they're just like, ChatGPT, what's my name?
yeah.
ChatGPT, like, you know, what's the date?
It's like
you know?
I like I said when I was little, I second guessed everything. I didn't believe what my mom was telling me. I didn't believe what the family was saying because I was just like, they're so on this like it sounded like a repetitive, like you know, like you ever watch? I know you never watch, but I know the fans probably ended up watching a Pink Floyd The Wall, where they show you the kids marching and we don't need no education, and they're marching these kids and they're saying how all in all it's another brick in the wall, meaning it's just they're building something. So. I really that happened back then, but now it's just some next level shit because I'm always like, nah. So getting back to like when I started doing the little search thing, because I wanted to do a Serbian corner about something today, and it's giving me every search engine's giving me some runaround. It was for this amount of time, the Serbian kingdom. It was this around time, this king. It was never the Byzantine Empire. Like, so I'm over there going, but I have like 8 books written by 8 different people.
Yeah.
8 different times in history saying this. So, you know, that's what really kind of like got me on that, you know, to ask you because I know you're more savvy with that shit than I am. I'm always the last to want to try shit, you know, and I always was like back in the day, like even with dressing up, I don't care that everybody was wearing deck boat shoes, and that was like the most popular thing. Every cousine, everybody in the neighborhood was boat deck shoes. Not me. I was still wearing, you know, either my indoor soccer sneakers or pony or whatever the fuck sneakers I liked back then. At the very end, I was like, dude, everybody's got them. Let me try them. And I tried them on and was like, they're all right. Wore them for about 6 months. And it was done. Like the fad was like starting to turn into something else. I was never a fad person, and I never was somebody to swallow what somebody's giving me.
Pause. That's on you, bro. That's
all right. So
that's on you.
We're back into that where I can't speak freely without having a pause. You know, no Diddy, no pause, whatever the fuck. And you know, a funny thing, one of our fans commented. He goes, "I was listening to you guys in the shower." Pause. So it was.
Hey, that's a little weird.
But that's why he said pause.
Yeah, but what part do you think he was listening to us to? Like when he started scrubbing down there for a second?
That's why he said pause.
He's just like, oh.
He probably caught him. I don't know.
Yeah, we probably said pause. He was just like, oh, sorry, my bad.
I think he was in. Okay, I don't know how to phrase this either. I was gonna say I think he was intensely listening.
Okay, big pause.
Not when he was in the shower, but I mean he was paying attention to our little gag and
while putting some conditioner in. Pause.
Got to make sure to stroke those pubes. Pause.
Pause. Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
So, all right, whatever. So I need to also reiterate something. I don't know where we got lost in translation, but to all the fans that misinterpreted what I said about the T-shirts, which I turned it around and showed everybody our logo and said
misinterpreted?
they thought it was Serbia shirts. Because I did say, I did say in the same sentence, I will, after this batch goes out, I will make a new batch with a Serbian Nemanjić eagle on the chest,
Oh, okay.
QR code on the shoulder, Mood Lounge on the back. So I'm not looking to make Serbian apparel, but I'm looking to make our brand. So if anybody's interested in just a regular Mood Lounge shirt to show support, hit me up at Mood Lounge Show at Outlook.com. They're $30. Ships free in the continental U.S. Anything outside like Australia and this and that, because I got a lot of people in Australia that were like, hey, how much is the price? And I'll give you numbers, like orders and like sizes. And I'm like, yo, they really like big fans. So I go, for shits and giggles, you do know that it's a logo. The guy was like, oh, it's not a Serbian shirt? I'm like, nah. Then a dude back home in Serbia goes, make me a shirt that says, fuck the world, Serbs are the... I say, I don't make shirts. Like, I'm not a T-shirt company. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm jack of all trades, master debater. But pause.
Yeah, but you're not. But you're not a T-shirt company.
I'm not a T-shirt company. So we just have the Mood Lounge T-shirts, and so if anybody's interested in supporting us, and of course, I have to reiterate again, Cash App. That shit isn't going to ching anytime soon. No. So it would be great if you guys can support us $1. Whatever it is you want to give, out of the kindness of your heart, keep us going so we could, get better shit, better guests. I can maybe start flying people in, which I like doing in-studio shit. I don't like doing that fucking over-the-computer crap, but I'm going to have to because we did, on the last show, we did this whole skit about Mike Lombard, the Serbian marathoner that goes around. He's always doing the three fingers.
In person's always better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of different to have a fucking delay of just sitting there going like, yeah.
Yeah, so
trying to talk over each other for like 5 minutes, and it's like
I'm gonna try to get Mike Lombard. He said, he goes, I can't wait to come to Florida. So I said, if worse comes to worse, and you don't have some kind of something to do like a marathon or some kind of because he's always doing marathons and whatnot, and so I'd like to have him here. Like I just think it's a better atmosphere. Like when somebody's in the studio, like you could feel the person's vibe. And I'm trying to watch everything I say now with you because if, like feel the person and you'd be like, pause.
Well, why you try to feel the person up? Pause.
I mean, like, I'm trying to feel the person. What? Pause. So I'm trying to watch everything I'm saying because Marco's with that. Marco's next T-shirt is going to just say pause.
It's not just me. A lot of other people will agree on that.
I'm going to make Marco a T-shirt and it's going to
it's just going to be the YouTube pause sign or whatever. Like just 2 lines and you'll be like, what is that? Pause.
Anyway.
What'd you just say? Pause.
So, all right. So now that I got that all out in the open. So, is there anything that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, The Odyssey. Did you watch The Odyssey?
No, I didn't.
I didn't watch it either, bro.
So why would you ask me if I watched it? We watched it together.
I wanted to know like if you have heard like anything about like everybody's talking about it because like I heard that a lot of people were talking like mad shit about it.
Like what, negative or?
Yeah, negative because they had Elliot Page on or whatever her name was from what was it, Umbrella Academy?
Okay.
I'm talking about the one that transitioned.
The guy turned into a man?
The guy who turned into the man?
The girl that turned
into a man.
The girl that
turned into a guy and was like, lobbed everything off and decided to be like, guys, this is serious.
And now she's mad because she can't get other roles to play except men.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody wants that look.
Exactly. So it's literally a girl trying to be a man portraying a man on a movie or whatever the fuck, which is confusing. Whatever. Look, point is, I completely forgot what the original Odyssey was about. It's been like how long?
It's about this I don't want to sit here and sound fucking stupid. I remember learning about it in school, and it was I forgot who wrote it. Yeah. But it's like this big thing about Greek army and specifically one warrior or whatever. I don't know if he was a king. I think he was a king, and like his experiences and him fighting the Persians and him fighting and whatever. So. I know it was a long... I
know damn well he didn't envision John Bernthal being in the fucking movie because that's still rolling me, like, just seeing him in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like, going up to the Persians, let me tell you something, man. You think you're going to pull up here...
He walks up, you're like, you're going to be the messenger. He walks up and he goes...
I'm a better soldier than you. I'm a better soldier than you, Persian. Ain't that what you said?
He's just going to grunt and make faces like... You know, he's gonna
Oh,
pull that
man.
Punisher shit.
You know.
Yeah, speaking about the Punisher shit, I'm really like dying to see that fucking shit. They're making like a little series again or something.
Oh,
With
yeah.
they're bringing him back. Yeah, Bernthal. They're bringing him back.
I know they threw him in that
The
Daredevil.
Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, they threw him in Spider-Man now coming up, but they already threw him in what do you call it? Daredevil.
Really?
Yeah, which I know you haven't watched Daredevil. I haven't
No.
watched it either, but I wanted to watch it. But they caught him like you know how he was working in the construction site.
Right.
They caught him like right before he was working there.
Oh, okay.
So like he was like prepping to do shit, but like he was just kind of just sitting there chilling.
I
whatever.
look. I'm gonna be honest. I really did like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wasn't so hot on that original Punisher that came out many, like I think it was like late '80s, early '90s. It was like fucking cheesy beyond all belief.
Yeah.
And then the second one was all right. You know, it was pretty good.
That like era for Marvel and like
A lot
just
of
like
yeah.
all the superhero shit, they kind of just tried to stick it way too much with the comics.
Yeah.
Like way too much. They did not flesh
what
out
about
the character. Like how
what
they
about
would be.
Blade?
What about
Was
Blade?
Blade like exactly like the comics too?
I think so, but like I was thinking more like along the lines of also who else did they put? They put Bullseye. Do you
Yes.
remember seeing Bullseye and Kingpin or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, what movie was that from? Do you know off the top of your
Uh-uh.
head? Okay, well they made that like so comic booky, like fucking
Really?
weird and everything.
Yeah.
Like Bullseye literally had a bullseye in his head, and he was
Yeah.
just like, all this fucking crazy amped up guy. Like, yeah, I don't ever miss. You know, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the fuck he threw a fucking fork at a
Card.
guy's olive or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, in this, you know, when they threw him into Daredevil now, like they kind of made him like an actual fucking like psychotic maniac, like,
Right.
who would actually be walking around the streets today. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, look.
that's
I
like that.
I'm
you know, that's
guessing.
cool.
I'm guessing that back in the day, you didn't have because you know a lot of actors research their work.
Yeah, I know, but that's
So
all
they
that they
pretty
had.
much
That's all that they had. Is
comic
just
books.
the comics.
Yeah.
They didn't have like, hey, you know, it
Sure.
wasn't. They didn't really flesh him out in the
Sure.
in the comics. It's just like he's got this crazy sense of,
Right.
you know, he's got a crazy ego. He's got crazy
Right.
this, you know. But I don't know. I feel like today it's way different because, you know,
Yeah.
how do I even explain this? I'm not saying everything comes from the boys, but the boys kind of fleshed out characters to be, you know, kind of unhinged in how they are now. And I know you're gonna sound effect me to interrupt me, but like I have no clue what you're looking for. No, I'm gonna be midway sentence and it's just gonna be Taco Bell fucking horn, like,
no,
for no reason.
no, I'm not gonna do that. But
yeah, I don't know where do we get off topic here?
we were talking about the Odyssey. You mentioned the Odyssey, and then you went into
Let me tell you something.
yeah, and then I did my little grunts and groans, and
Yeah.
you know, you know, it was funny when we were watching The Punisher. I for some reason, when I watch something and it's a series or whatever, I kind of take on that character for some stupid reason.
A lot of people do that actually.
And like I was just walking around the house, and everything I was doing was grunts and groans. And Marco was just like, "Oh my god,"
Yeah.
you know. And then I forgot The Dark Knight came on one time, and you were like, "Hey, you watching it again?" And I was like, "Let me."
Yeah, then you started going
Tell
over
you,
it.
Batman.
Yeah.
You know, and I started doing the fucking. Oh, I'm sitting there like taking my night medicines to go to fucking bed. I'm taking my sleeping shit, and Marco's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like taking my pills, you know, like, and I'm just doing the voice of Bane and stuff. And then I do Bane for like a couple of weeks until Marco doesn't laugh anymore. He'll just sit in the car and be like,
It'll be the 40th time.
pause.
What?
I don't know. I just felt like
What are we
throwing it in.
pausing?
I don't know. We're just pausing. Let me pause my timer. Oh no, we're good. So I was reading because we touched on the Nolan Wells.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to call it a murder.
Okay.
All right, so death. So the Nolan Wells death. The other death, the guy Dion, I think Walton or whatever. That shit just, I got bombarded by a bunch of comments from people that either knew him or from his town, from his city, wherever he's from, and they were like, "Yo, why you talking like this didn't happen and that?" And I'm just like, "Yo, I'm just reiterating what I'm reading. I'm not saying he was murdered, but people, the black community's coming out saying he was murdered, and that whole kick for that 2 weeks about white people this and white people that kind of like, not that it died down, but it just got out of my algorithm. I don't know how. And the new one that I'm seeing, and I'm going to talk about it, I really don't care, is that the reparations deal. California passed an amendment to give $150,000 to every black person as in reparations. Now, that's coming from a state that didn't have slavery, that didn't have any slaves.
California's just wilding
Yeah.
lately. I actually heard a thing. I don't know if it was too recent about them, but they were passing or already passed a law about 12-year-olds get their own HIPAA compliance thing.
What?
Yeah, they don't have to share out their own medical information, which doesn't make sense because they can't book their own appointments. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Fuck, what the hell, bro?
Like, does that make any fucking sense? Like,
are they going to start asking? Well, you know what? I mean, they're actually sitting there and hiding the birth control issue with the kids. They're actually telling the kids, hey, you know, you don't got to tell your parents shit. We're going to sign a disclosure agreement with you. We'll keep your secrets. And if you feel like lobbing off your dick, come tell us. Don't tell mom and dad. So these kids go home with this fucking, like, high horse attitude, like, I don't got to tell you dick. Pause. You know, like... You know,
speaking of,
look, snip, snip. You know, like I don't know. Like I'm just saying.
The Bluetooth device has been disconnected. Yeah, no. But
that happened to Elliot. Her Bluetooth connection was lost. It's gone. It's disconnected. Join this wireless network. Fag. But anyway. Congratulations, Spain.
Yeah, congratulations.
1-0. Congratulations, Elliot. 0-0. So, yeah. Dude, I wonder about Elliot because she was a woman that turned into a man.
Yeah.
Is she going to do the forearm thing?
If she hasn't already, I mean.
I don't see any scars on her arm. Did she get like a cadaver muscle or something?
Probably took a piece out of her ass or something. Yeah. I don't know. Didn't she lob off
her boobs? But that's all fat. That's no muscle there. Yeah. And then I actually seen that I remember now 2 weeks ago, I seen her shirtless going like this. Okay. No, shirtless like a man, like fucking flexing.
Oh.
And there was a dude in front like smiling or whatever, and it says, "Look at her. Look at his buff body, like fucking not a 6-pack, 8 fucking pack.
Flat as the table."
Whatever, dude, the fucking chest was like muscle. There was a lot of muscle. But yeah, dude, if you keep taking steroids, that's going to happen, especially if you go into the gym and start working out. But, you know.
At the end of the day, that's not biologically.
It's not. And, like, I know we're getting off topic, but now that we're veering towards this, some shit started popping up in my feed from the 80s and 90s talk shows. And Geraldo Rivera came up where there was a bunch of, it was called Queens or something, and it was a bunch of men that, you know, dressed up as women, you know. Some of them went full fucking Monty and lobbed it off. Some didn't. And back then, they were like, well, I could never be a woman. I could pretend to be a woman. So like, the attitude is a little different back then. And then one came on and goes, well, I'm a queen. You know, and did the whole thing, but said, I'm a man. I like having, you know, something between my legs. I just, you know.
So they were more grounded with it.
Yeah. But I guess because I clicked on that, it popped in my feed. Then the Sally Jesse Raphael show popped up, and that started another like, about the same subject. And then it went into like something more modern. And I was watching the correlation of how it was then, how it progressed to now. And it's like a big change.
Yeah.
And like between, let's say, having constructive arguments about it, you know, there's people, doctors that they just say biologically you're either a man or a woman.
Yeah. And
the trans is arguing saying, no. In like a dude's voice going, no, I'm a woman. You know, like... dude, you have a beard.
And I know
I have tits.
Yeah, and I know one of the other popular arguments was going to be like the archaeologist going to dig you up like in another however many years.
And they're going to find
say that you're either.
They're going to find two men in the same grave.
Yeah.
It's like so. And then what's going to be funny is like, you know how back in the day they used to bury people with the family, so it'd be like husband, wife, and then the kid. You see like the little bones or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this one's just going to be two men with like nothing. You know, like. Like maybe just like some kind of dildo contraptions or some shit, like, you know.
It's just gonna have silicone on top of it.
Yeah, like, dude, like, look, to each his own. Like I said, I have somebody in my family that's gay. It don't bother me, you know. Last that I, you know, heard, he's happily married or whatever. So God bless him. I make jokes, I quip, whatever. But you know, what I believe in, I believe in. You know, and it's not everybody's cup of fucking tea. But I just, you know, I believe like it's gotten really outlandish. You know, and it's like they're, you know, people are trying to just like, there's this one girl that goes around the internet saying, so if I say, and I walk up to you and I say, I forgot the wording, the way she said it, but she goes, if I tell you that I correlate with myself as being black, am I black? And the guy was gay and he was like flaming, but he was black. And he goes, honey, you can't be black. You're white. But if I think I'm black, and I tell you I want to be noticed that I as a black person, no, that's not going to happen. So then she turns and she goes, so you're a black gay man? And he was just like, oh no, I'm a queen, baby. Like, you know, what? Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm a woman. Like, no, you got a mustache. You like you.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to like force feed us. This is what you have to respect. Like the pronoun thing. The pronoun thing got me so angry, and I begged you. I said, do not by any means say he, him, or fucking man, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Don't do that. Don't give in to that fucking societal fucking push. And it's just...
That's actually not even societal now. Like, job places are asking for that, which is, like, really
Well,
dumb.
you know why the job places are acting?
I know, for filling a number, but then, like, at that point, it doesn't do anything when you ask to opt out at that point.
No,
you know what I
it
mean? Because
doesn't.
they say, like, yeah, it puts you on a score and everything, but it's just like, no, it doesn't. That's why you asked me if I'm Hispanic or Latino 14 times during filling out an application.
Yeah, that's
Even
all
though
for
that has nothing to do with anything.
That's
you
all
know
for
what I mean?
statistics. If everybody
I know,
was
it's
to sit
stupid.
around and be like, no,
Yeah.
you know, like another...
It still doesn't do anything.
like
either, man.
yeah, I'll give you another statistic thing that irks the shit out of me, and I'm gonna give credit who started this fucking thing. What the hell's his name? Something Snyder. He's a comedian. He did all
It's
the...
not Zack Snyder.
Huh?
I said no. It's
That's
not
not Zach. No. I don't know if it's Tom Schneider or he did
Not
all
Rob
the fucking
Schneider, right?
Rob Schneider. Yes,
okay.
he did all those fucking the Water Boy and everything. You can do it, you know, that guy. He came out. He said straight up like this. He goes. So my daughter's watching TV with me,
Okay.
and he goes. Every commercial that comes on today shows a biracial couple.
Yeah.
You see either a black woman with a white guy with mixed kids, or you see a white woman with a black guy with mixed kids. And then you'll see the occasional Chinese mixed, whatever. So every commercial is that black, white, and then you see the occasional Chinese and maybe Hispanic, you know, intermixed. He goes, so interrace marriages only make up for like 18 to 20% of the whole population of the United States. So why is it 90% of my commercials?
Yeah.
So his daughter makes this like, you know, I don't know. She just makes this like smart analogy. She goes, hey, Dad, is that black man married to all these other women? Because it's the same black actor playing in other commercials with a different wife and a different bunch of kids and whatever. So I really, like, me and you were talking about it one day because I was just like, dude, this is not our neighborhood. Like, they're showing like, hey, this, like Time Warner or whatever the fuck. No, a Spectrum. Spectrum showed you a commercial and it was wasn't a straight black couple. It was an interracial fucking couple. And I'm going, yeah, that's not the makeup of my area. That's not the makeup of my city. It's not there is interracial.
Yeah.
There is. It is. Yeah. It's prevalent. You know, people love each other. They want to hook up, you know?
Yeah.
No problems. But then it goes back to like Muhammad Ali. You remember Muhammad Ali?
How the fuck does this go back to
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, what about
So Muhammad Ali said he loves black people.
Right.
He says, I love my black people. I love my black women. He goes, and let me tell you, and he went into this tirade. I forgot what show he was on, but he was just talking about it. And he said, you know, he goes, I love my black people. Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, hey, yeah, you ever notice snowbirds don't mess with owls? Snowbirds mess with other snowbirds. Blue jays mess with other blue jays. You don't see a blue jay fucking around with a cardinal and making a cardon bleu or whatever the fuck, you know. Yeah. And he goes, he just started, he goes, chimps are with chimps, gorillas are with gorillas, Bah, bah, bah. He goes, what's wrong with trying to be with your own race? Now, this was during the hectic 60s where they were trying to intermix and everything. And they were, people were trying to change the way, society views this stuff. But, dude, this motherfucker who didn't come from slavery, like maybe his great-great-grandma, great-great-great-great-great, way back. But, he fought his way. Very smart, very educated man. And he made this conclusion. And he said it. He goes, why shouldn't I want to be with my own people? Why are you telling me that I have to take on a white? And then he was kind of like calling out a lot of famous black people like Sammy Davis Jr. because he had this, I think her name was Ingrid or Inez or whatever. She was Norwegian. She was tall, blonde, blue-eyed, and, a little fucking 5'2" fucking, candy man. He was just like, I really like them white girls. I'm the candy man.
Yeah, he just loves climbing them trees.
But yeah, so that little analogy, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to be with their own, but you can't choose who you fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? You can't basically sit there and be like, wow, I'm gonna alienate this race of people, and and I'm already hearing
Start looking at it like it's a fucking corporate numbers.
Yeah,
we can't go for the Hispanics now. We gotta go for
dude,
maybe some of the Chinese. We're not meeting quotas. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's just go Russian at this point. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Just not Ukrainian. Anyway, so speaking of Ukraine and Russia, and you said Russian. So I haven't talked about Russia in quite some time. And the reason being because it's just a lot of fucking propaganda that's being pushed out there. Every time I put on fucking, the computer and I just open up the fucking web, the first thing that pops up is some nonsense that Putin lost 2 million troops. And I'm all like, bullshit, and then it's like, they only propagandize like all the good shit that, one good thing that happened out of 100. So they're like, Zelensky attacks Moscow, blows up another oil refinery, does this. Okay. How long do you think this motherfucker is going to sit there until he puts that finger on that button? And nobody's going to do a fucking thing. Yeah. Nobody. He came out and said, we should have a fucking deal. We should be this, that. If we don't get this deal, and when this winter starts, I'm going to end this shit. Within the next 12 months, it's going to be over. And it's been leaked that he's got eyes on Odessa. He's got eyes on the entire port. He's going to cripple Kiev. He wants to take Kiev too. Belarus is talking about helping out because they're, like two peas in a pod. They're like brother and sister. They're going to come in.
Yeah.
So people are saying Putin's dying. People are saying whatever they're fucking saying, they can say all they fucking want. Yeah. I'm guaranteeing you he left orders that if anything happens to him to nuke fucking Ukraine into oblivion. And I'm going to be honest, this whole proxy United States versus Russia shit needs to stop. It's just not going to go anywhere. Secondly, I'm again disappointed in Trump. Again with this Iran thing.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Russia sent. You're not going to hear this anywhere, but go on Telegram, go on all the fucking other media news outlets besides MSNBC and fucking CNN and blah, 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 Fox News. They ain't going to tell you this shit. But Russia sent over a bomber. I think they have 7 of them. One bomber that's like literally the one that goes all the way up at the top and drops bombs, sent it to Iran. That's a clear fucking message. Like, all right, enough with the shit. And I want to say big up to Iran.
Yeah.
Because I said it before on a different show. United States bombed Serbia for 78 relentless days. Bombed every infrastructure, schools, bridges, hospital, petrol plants, everything you can imagine, they bombed. They didn't bomb the army, though, very well, because when they did sign the agreement to leave Kosovo, tanks came out of there, personnel carriers came out of there, 30,000 troops came out of there. It wasn't the massacre they thought because, they built fucking tanks out of cardboard and put them out there. And these fucking bombers, there's another tank, pa, pa, pa. Fucking
Yeah, he's not
Iran
moving.
did the
Yeah.
same shit. They literally went on an airfield,
Yeah, painted the fucking
fucking
jets and
aircraft,
shit.
and these idiots just bombed nothing.
Yeah.
And they're not going to let you see that, you know. Every once in a while, some shit comes off where they have to let you see it because it's worldwide news. That's why I said big up to Iran. They're
Yeah.
not taking this lying down. They have every right to wants to control some of the strait. That's their right, bro. They should be doing this with Saudi Arabia, Yemen, whoever is in that little fucking that strait area. They should be talking to them, not the Who's the United States to go and stick their?
Again, I know it's their big stick bullshit.
Yeah.
It's always been their big stick bullshit. I don't know where the fuck the idea disappeared from, wherever the fuck it was, of hey, let's just stick to our own fucking shit and, you know, not get involved in other people's business.
And I'm gonna be
you know.
I'm gonna be 100%. Look, this is my opinion, and I know, like I said, I have to tread water with what I say, because if I say anything, I could have them knock on the door now in Florida and fucking arrest me.
Yeah, which is not
Yeah.
at all fucking.
So I'm gonna say what I have to say, and you know, my allegiance is to the United States. I'm an American citizen, and that's my allegiance, not to any other foreign government. I could have an opinion, like I love that I'm Serbian. I was born there, and I came here. I love that. I'm half Romanian. I love that side of my, you know, my heritage and all of that, and I love it. But this is what it is, you know. I have to show my allegiance, and I remember that promise that I made at 12 years old, that I promise I will this and I will that, and if when I get older, if shit pops off, that I'm gonna fight for this country and die for this country, and I meant everything at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? And if shit was to pop off and I had to, I would. Okay, but I don't pledge my allegiance to Israel. That's just me. Marco's not going to say none because he has a long life ahead of him. And that's that.
No, look, I don't either. All right, come on.
Yeah, but no, Marco
What
does.
I
Marco
mean,
does.
what I
Marco
mean is
does.
like not dying over stupid random bullshit that.
Look,
I
I'm
don't,
not.
You know.
Look,
agree to. It's
I
like we
really
don't
don't
need to be
agree with all of this shit that's going on. I don't agree we should be sending aid anymore to anybody. I don't agree.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
And
agree
we have
with
the right to say that. That's the thing.
I have every right to say it. I don't think that one country should be living the lap of luxury with weapons, pensions, the best care, health care, all of that shit because of the U.S. No, the U.S. should be having the best health care, you know, the best weapons and all of that. I don't think we should at all be helping anybody. I've said this for I've said this for like I don't know, years.
Yeah.
I've said it. I don't, but you know, it's
And
like
a lot of other people would agree because it doesn't make any sense.
yeah, but a lot of people, you know, agree to disagree. A lot of people fucking agree in silence. A lot of people just sit there and nod their head, but they won't be vocal.
Yeah,
like
no, they won't
you're like,
really.
you know, you like apple juice, and they're just like, you know. So I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. But you know, I'm not trying to stir shit up. I really think it's just getting really like fucking insane with all these like laws, and you can't say this and you can't say that, and it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's anti-Semitism.
Oh, yeah.
You tell a Jewish joke and it's anti-Semitism. And then I go fucking watch Blazing Saddles and it's like a million Jew references, and it's funny as shit.
Yeah.
But you know why it's funny? Because a Jew did it, and a Jew can get away with it. But I think in that time, everybody made fun of everybody.
I think that's the stupid thing, the fact that it can change with time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand just because however many years have passed, we can't say one thing, or we can't do this, or we can't do that.
It's
What happened? Like, honestly, go to a history book, look at some shit that was done way back then. You know what I mean? Or just watch the damn movie. Watch one of those movies back then. And you'd be like, oh my God, how did they get away with that back then? Dude, because fucking, you know what I mean? It's funny.
Do you know what comes
It was funny.
Do you know
Like,
what comes to my mind, in all honesty?
Oh.
You just said that, and I just heard one voice in my head. I wish a motherfucker would do that. Try me now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's funny because it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
We did a show, and I said about the Howard Beach incident, where these 4 or 5 kids chased a group of black kids from Howard Beach, Queens, onto the highway. They got into a fight, and 2 of the kids I think one kid died. He ran across the highway trying to escape, getting jumped and beat up, and he got hit by a fucking 70-mile-an-hour car. It was tragic. It was fucked up, but that just goes to show you that was 1986.
Yeah.
1986 was not that long ago. Okay? Yes, times have changed. Times have gotten better. But you know, me making that little joke and that little remark, how has it gotten better when now it's come full circle and all I'm seeing on the internet is, you know, blacks wilding out,
Yeah, all this
doing takeovers, acting out of pocket in Chipotle.
I just wonder, like, what in another 15, 20 years, like, how this is going to look on a history book. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean? Like,
that's
along with the Iran thing, along with Russia, because I already know I already know how much shit they're blasting now. I wonder what they're gonna blast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Years from now.
Yeah.
Because I know a bunch of other shit's gonna happen. Like I know they're gonna make a fucking video game and be like, oh my god, this shit's happening, because there's actually a video game right now that they're making.
Really?
But yeah, there's a video game that they're making right now, which is unrelated to everything going on, but it's a Ukrainian development team, so they're gonna be like including their own little thing, be like, oh, what happened here? This is nuclear site, Russia. You know what I mean? Something like that. Which, I mean, that's not really 100% confirmed. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Right.
I just wonder in another 10, 20 years if I'm going to go look at a history book and be like, yo, bro, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Well, for you, it's gonna, but for you, it's also gonna be like, but I remember.
Yeah, I was literally like on my phone at that time watching the shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean, fucking, you know, we didn't start anything or get involved, or we didn't, you know, accidentally bomb fucking painted jets? Like, what? What do you mean?
It's,
you know,
it's like, it's outrageous because I think of little things like, you know, cassettes, records. I tell Marco stories how I used to open up a record album and smell it and see the pictures. And
what do you think of everything going digital now? Actually, now I'm curious because now I'm thinking
it's
of something.
really like, just to me. I mean, I went along with it.
Okay,
but
you disagree with it or no?
I think it takes away from a lot of the
feel of it.
The feel, the you can't wait for a song to come out. They only put it on the radio first, and you had to, back in the day, get a cassette, and even though the guy's talking WKRP, you know, it's like you just to get that song so you could hear it, and then like you save up your money, you'd go and buy the record, you know, or the cassette, you know. I really think it's an experience that everybody should feel. This, hey, Travis Scott came out with something, you know, and I think that kind of kills the whole thing. The whole, you know, you're waiting for it, you get it, the excitement of taking off the cellophane, opening up the CD, looking at it. But I knew once, like, CDs took over cassettes, so I started converting to CDs. I still have records, you know, I got like 20 crates here. But like once the CDs took over, I started converting. So I have a fucking, I don't know, whatever it is, 800 CDs. I got a lot of CDs. They don't make CD players anymore.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. So I'm like, well, I know what. When I get my next car, I'm going to go and put it in the CD player. They don't make cars with CD players no more either. It's all digital. Plug your phone in and go through your fucking Spotify.
They still have burners and readers and writers and everything, but that's still like
that's for data and pictures and shit like that. Nobody really makes CDs except like.
Yeah, I remember because I had to take a call for somebody like a while ago about that. I'm like, yo, dude, like, you in the big like 26, like, are you really like doing CDs right now in the big 26? And she's just like, but you know, I have no other way. I'm like, just convert, whatever, fine.
It's just,
you know,
I don't know, like you just hit the nail on the head. It's just it takes
this year, you know what I mean? Like, and I just wanted to ask that because I wanted to get your idea or your thoughts on what Sony did recently.
What they do?
They announced that they're no longer doing any discs, everything
at all.
No discs, no nothing. So PlayStations and any CDs or anything like their players and everything, no more discs, no discs.
All
Everything's
digital.
And on top of that, they also started deleting a bunch of their digital shit, like a bunch of music, videos, fucking games and shit. They locked it behind paywalls and everything.
That's insane.
That's why I wanted to ask you, like, what were your thoughts on that? And there's a big backlash on that, by the way. Everybody's not liking that.
So look, I'm gonna be honest. It really irks me because I'm a big DVD head too. Like I love DVDs. So I used to go, you remember, I used to go to Walmart and buy like 20, 30 DVDs out of the bin and whatever. And you know, And now I notice they make regular DVDs, but they're like 20 a pop. Where I used to be able to pick them up for 10, they're 20 a pop all across the board. You could wait for them to go on sale in 2 or 3 years and then get them in that fucking cheap bin. But then everything else is also now Blu-ray. But on top of Blu-ray, there's something now that's like high definition Blu-ray, 4K. So stupid me, you know, I started getting into this Rocky Horror Picture Show kick, and I got it. I bought the digital copy of it, and I said, yo, I don't like this digital fucking, where is it? It's up here somewhere in this cloud. I can't see it. I can't physically touch it. I can't fucking eyeball it. Where is it? Oh, when you turn your TV on, it's right there. I don't trust you.
Yeah, well, you own a license for, you know, a copy of the movie or whatever. But then at that point, you don't even own it, and then at any time that they really want to, they can revoke that.
Exactly.
Which is the stupid thing.
So I went and I ordered it, and they didn't have it in regular.
Yeah.
They had it in Blu-ray and 4K. So I said, fuck that. I'd like to get it in 4K. I buy it, and guess what? It won't play on my DVD player. But I have a Blu-ray player, but it won't play on my Blu-ray player. Why? I need to get the new encoding for...
Yeah. You got to love the limitations of...
So I went, and I said, let me look up what they have. So Sony had one on sale for $329. Right. Nothing cheaper. So I look at the next one on the bottom rung, and it's like $199. But it's not 4K. It's just Blu-ray. So I said, fuck, I already spent fucking like $60 on that DVD. $60.
Yeah.
Because they gave you two. They gave you a regular copy, and they gave you that ultra high definition 4K.
Yeah.
So I waited 3 days. I got my DVD player in. I plug it in. I put it. Not much better than Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's just a smidge. A smidge. Whatever. So, getting back to the fucking topic.
Well, that's the good thing, though, because now, whenever you want to,
I could put
you
it
can
in
go put the fucking thing in the damn DVD player and watch it.
But I come
you don't have to be connected to the internet. You don't have to do anything.
I come from a different generation. I like to physically have it, that it's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, I used to collect shit. I still collect shit. It's physical. It's mine. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, mine. This shit is going digital. It's not yours.
Yeah.
It's like also digital currency. It ain't yours. I like to see the physical paper of the money, the coins in my pocket. You know, like, that's just, call me fucking retarded. I don't know. I just like fucking, you know, I like money. You know, like, so, give me some spare change.
You're making it sound like you bring quarters to the strip club or some
shit. Hey, you guys. You know, but like, honestly, like, it's just they're taking away everything, the feel. They're dulling you, you know, like.
Not even that. They're just removing your right of owning it. You know what I mean? Of like owning what you have.
But here's another thing, too. Like, then they hit you up with that. You want to own it?
Yeah.
For as long as we say you could own it.
Yeah. Or
$24.
Or there's exclusives.
Or you could rent it for $5.99.
Yeah, or there's exclusives of shit that you were looking for. And it's like, oh, you have to buy the triple shit Platinum Plus package and, you know, be on this subscription for another,
see,
like,
that's another thing what they do. But that's what they do. Yeah, but then they do that to you with the DVDs. You could buy it, own it digitally. But if you want the little outtakes and the blooper reels and all of that shit, well, then you're going to have to go and buy the 4K Blu-ray DVD player. You know? Whatever, bro. At the end of the day, you know, it is what it is.
That's pretty much 26.
Pretty much 26. So, all right, so let's because we always do this fucking towards the end. This was a decent show where you threw me for a loop with asking me some shit, like, kind of made me nostalgic, like, I told Marco the story. Like, I walked 3 miles from my house, didn't take the bus. Bus was 50 cents back then. I had $6.98 because I knew exactly with the tax and everything, the record was going to be $6.98. It was my first record. I was 7. I walked 3.5 miles away from my house into a bad neighborhood because it was that one record store. And I went to that record store, and I remember I want the Kiss Alive album, and the guy said $6.98. I had it onto the money, bang. I walked back. lost because I would open up the cellophane and just, like look at the pictures and the posters in there. And they used to always give you posters. And that smell of the ink on that fucking, album. It was just, and then I got home, wasn't tired, put on my fucking little phonograph that I had, and I put the record on there, and I just, like mesmerized, sat there listening to Kiss Alive, and it was just, I remember that, the smells, the tastes, what I was doing, how I felt walking. You guys all just took that shit away. Like, the younger generation, Marco will never know, like, that feeling of, I can't wait for fucking Drake's new drop,
I know that with games, though.
Yeah, with games, he does. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and say he doesn't. He does, But
I remember getting fucking GTA 5 twice because of the new gen that
But let me ask you now.
Yeah.
So when you got, like, you wanted to get a game, and you were like, Tata, I want this game. And I went and I got it for you. And I remember taking off the plastic for you, because you always had an issue taking off so I would, like, rip the plastic off. What was your reaction? Like, what did you do? Did you smell it? Did you open it?
I still they still got
did you
that
like
for
sit
new
there
boxes.
but I'm saying,
and
like,
I sat there and I looked at the disc. I was like, cool. Look at the back. I barely read the back.
And they give you a little booklet in there. Sometimes they give you stickers and shit.
Sometimes they actually give a lot of shit. Like, I remember when I got the Cyberpunk fucking game.
Okay.
Dude, I got, like, I forgot what edition it was, but they gave me, like, a bunch of fucking cover art, street art, and everything. I was like, it always, every time that I got, like, one of those fucking things and they gave a bunch of shit, I was just like, dude, fucking magazine goes on to this. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, all fucking.
So then
that's my own, like,
so then
kind of collector experience.
Yeah, so you're like
So
more of a video game
I did the
head.
same thing with the Black Ops 4 thing. They gave you a bunch of patches and shit. I was like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, fucking.
See, the only thing that I could say, like, that Marco got initiated to was tattooing. I kept asking Marco ever since he was, like, whatever, 15, 16. I was like, you going to get tattoos? Nope. Like, didn't dawn on him. He wasn't talking.
There's no reason to at the time. I was just, like, not even thinking about it.
I was just like, okay, like, I'm glad that maybe he's not going to, start out the way I did. And then fucking, he goes to graduate and he's like, yeah, I want to get a tattoo. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to get? I want to get my hand done. I'm like, fuck no. Like, that's the stupidest. That's like no job ever. Like, just because you're in Florida and everybody has a face tattoo does not mean you have to be like, be like them. Like, whatever, left eye, right eye. Like,
that's fucking
that'd be a good tattoo, right? Left eye, right eye.
It says left, right.
Just it says left, right, like eye, in script and like, Chicano letters, left eye, right eye, But, so then Marco started, getting inked. I got him a graduation gift. I got him, what was it, the Christ Head?
No, it was this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got, yes. You got the Oni mask first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we did that.
And that was, I still, again, what the fuck was the availability on the artist? Because it's like, hey, I'm free anytime. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like in another, couple weeks when it heals. Oh, yeah, in another like 2 to 3 months. I was like,
yeah, because he was Beast Book
like,
solid.
What the fuck, bro?
But, at least Marco got initiated to that, like, the right way. He got to smell the green soap. He got to go into the tattoo parlor.
That's an experience.
Yeah. And, I was there to not hold his hand, but, like, basically, like, guide him through it and, give him support and moral support and whatever.
Be like, oh, by the way, a tricep's going to hurt. What do you mean it's going to hurt fucking second you get to my tricep? I'm like,
Yeah. So, now he's his own man. He does what he wants. He just finished the piece. We're going to take a picture. We're going to put it,
yeah, it's like
we'll put it up on the site.
Healing,
yeah, so I wanted to put it up the last time, but it wasn't healed.
It would have just been like a bunch of fucking scabs.
Scabs, yeah, it would have been scabs. It would have looked like a paper bag.
Yeah,
that's what it looked. When you put oil in a paper bag, that's what it looked like. It was just nasty.
Yeah,
but now it's starting to heal, and it's like the colors are just fucking vibrant. But yeah, I mean, he got to experience that. But then again, talking about like tattooing, I don't think where tattooing is today, it was when it was 20, 30 years ago. I mean, there's great artists, there's new machines and whatever. But anytime Dick and Harry goes and gets tattooed, you could be the biggest nerd and sit there for fucking an hour and be like, I'm a man. You don't belong in that club. They should be like, okay, here's a nerd club. You could have some tattoos, go. Then you got the tough bikers. Here you go. You got the ex-people in jail and tough guys in the street. There you go there. There was a rite of passage with, like, you had to belong to one of those. You just didn't go and get tattooed. You had to belong to a group of thugs or a group of people that were, tattooed and had a presence about them. And like, when I was getting tattooed, I was hanging out with 2 big fucking thieves. Like, they were robbing and we were getting high and I was robbing with them. So it was like, I want to get a tattoo. I want to be like in that clique, and they were already like at 18, 17, like, pork chopped up. Like, they had pray hands over here. They had a cross for their uncle that passed away with his name through a banner. Like, so I wanted to do that shit. So, but today it's just everybody's getting it.
It means something different. It's the times again.
Yeah, and it's like Marco's like, I remember picking him up from school and his dick had this octopus on his arm or some shit. Yeah. I go, what the fuck? And Marco goes, oh yeah, and he's on the football team. And I'm like, he's a dick. Like, what? Why does he have an octopus? Does he like octopus? Does he like is that what he eats? Scungili? Like, what the, and you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, that's just idiotic. You're not even fucking like a man, and you got a huge fucking, like fucking octopi on your arm, like. But whatever. Look, to each his own. In 10 years, you're gonna be like black out his whole arm, then do everything in white, right? Like, 'cause that's the new kick now. Everybody's like all tattooed and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna black out my arm, almost get fucking ink poisoning, and almost go into body shock. Oh, and now I'm gonna do white, tattoos or fucking iridescent. When you go under black light, you can see I have a tattoo. But if I'm not in a disco or a club, you won't know I have a tattoo. I'm just blacked. Whatever. So let's end that, and we'll go into the. As usual, we'll do the Serb Corner. Once again, welcome to the Serb Corner, where we talk everything Serbian. Okay, so
what you got?
What I got, because the show has always got some Serbian quips here and there. We were talking earlier about how ChatGPT, Wikipedia is changing history as we speak. They're putting out mass bullshit. Yeah. And I'm going to reiterate, people, go out, read a book. That's the only way you're going to find it. A good book for everybody to read. Oh my God, no, I forgot the title of the fucking book.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God.
You didn't write it down?
No, bro, I didn't write shit. You see paper in front of me? Yeah, right here. It says.
You got a whole note app on your phone. That's what I was thinking.
It's called The Serbs. You should look it up. I don't know who the fucking author is, but The Serbs. It's a green book. It's got a green cover on it. It's got a picture of a Serbian soldier from 1800s. And it'll give you a gist of the Serbian people. And a lot of stuff that you probably didn't know or was handed down to you from your deda and baba and, pram deda and chuknut deda, whatever. It's an interesting book. I love reading. I love the feel. And like when I'm reading and just, I get lost, I start to picture it in my head and I visualize, and that's the comprehension. But The Serbs is a great book for anybody who wants to pick up and read. But like getting back to, ChatGPT and fucking Wikipedia, they're just changing shit. I could go through my books and start writing down dates, kings, times, on February 18th of 1429, Tsar so-and-so, Look, I decided I'm really busy because, as everybody knows, I am studying to tattoo. So right now, the hardest thing for me to do is push lines, pull lines, make circles and whatever, because the fake skin is not real skin. And there's different types of fake skin. I started on one fake skin, then second skin. Long story short, I'm busy. Okay? I'm trying to
buy a bunch of bananas and oranges.
And I started practicing on bananas, and I'm great on bananas. I've yet to see.
People at the fucking grocery store are now staring at them like this is like the third time in the week. Like
they're just
what the fuck are you buying these for?
How come you don't have any vegetables in your diet? You can't tattoo vegetables. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yes, you can. Be like, sit still, Jeremy. Tattoo me. So, all right. But getting back to the Serbian corner. So I wanted to drop some information for some that probably know, for a lot that don't know, because a lot of people look to us now to be the mouthpieces, okay? Yeah. So Marco doesn't even probably know this. I don't sit around the house talking Serb knowledge to Marco. So I want everybody to know it's not like I'm sitting here pumping Marco with information that he probably will never be like on Jeopardy and be like, I'll take Serbian kings for 500. It ain't going to happen. So, I taught Marco orthodoxy. I taught Marco a brief history of who Serbian people are and, where everybody comes from, where we came from, and blah, blah, blah. And hopefully I'll be able to take him home one day and show him where I was born, show him where his grandfather was born, show him where his other grandfather was born, shit like that. take them to the sites and whatever. But I wanted to talk about, at the time, late 1300s to early 1400s, the Serbian kingdom controlled the entire Byzantine Empire. So, no other country did that. Greece didn't do that. Turkey didn't do that. They did control little by little. Didn't last long. It became under Turkish, Jizaz or whatever they fucking call it, Giaz. I really don't give a rat's fucking ass, You were taxing us to fucking death. So, but now, since we're doing a live, I can't put up a fucking map to show you because I got to figure out how we're going to do this if we do lives again, where I could be like, point up here, like have a green screen and be like, oh, behind me or whatever.
You'd have to get that in advance.
Exactly. So, but the Serbian kingdom, so it started with Tsar Dusan, and Tsar Dusan, his kingdom started to expand. Tsar Dusan, it went all the way to Shkodra, Albania. It wasn't Albania back then, just to fucking reiterate that. It was not Albania. It wasn't Illyria. It was between Croatia, Bosnia, and fucking Serbia. Bosnia, that's another fucking topic. But around that time, it was King Tvrtko, which was an Orthodox king, Serbian. He was the emperor of fucking... the king of Bosnia.
Right.
But it wasn't Bosnia, it was Bosnia. Bosnia is a country that was made up in 1992. It was Bosnia Herzegovina. Never Bosnia. Bosnia. They made up Bosnia to have an identity for Bosniaks. And that's where they started using Bosniak. So now that I got that out the way, let's get back to the thing at hand, the knowledge about Serbia. So the Serbian king, after Dusan, was in control all of northern Turkey, all of Greece, all of Macedon, piece of Wallachia, a little tiny smidge of fucking Bulgaria, all of Albania, the Dalmatian coast, because Serbs, Dalmatia, we're gonna get the hatred from the fucking Croats. But Dalmatia straight was Serbian. Like some of the oldest churches in Dalmatia, are Serbian Orthodox churches. That was our port. But, it is what it is for argument's sake. So just imagine this empire. It stretched into southern Bosnia, went across into Dalmatia, up into fucking going up into Croatia. All of Serbia proper today, Kosovo, which was always fucking Serbian, no matter how many times we have lost it in the past, no matter, it's always been Serbian. One way or another, it comes back in our hands. We fight for it, we get it back, we lose it. I mean, the longest we've lost it, I don't know, a couple 100 years. And even then, there was skirmishes and this and that, and it doesn't matter. This what's going on right now is just, it's just, for the meantime, it's the suffering and the plight of the Serbs. We've always suffered and we've always had this plight. But the Serbian kingdom was in control of all of Byzantium. That's a proud fact that Serbs should be proud about. It didn't last long, 52 some odd years, maybe. I'm going to give it benefit of about 60 years. But for those 50 fucking 2 years, bro, only until the king died and only until the king changed hands was the new king unable to control the Byzantine Empire. So then, of course, Greece went their way. South Wallachia, the Romanian, they went their way. Everybody started to break apart. But that's a fact. That's a piece of Serbian history. Our people should be proud of this. I don't know who knew this. I mean, they did know that, our kingdom stretched, but could you just vastly imagine the stretch? So, like, if this is the coast of Albania...
Yeah.
What happened?
No, I said pause.
Why would it?
Vastly imagine the stretch.
We're not talking about anuses.
I know. I'm just saying.
Why would you throw a pause in the middle of a Serbian fucking corner,
History
bro?
lesson. That's like kind of
Serbian corner, and then with like a gulash, So, All right,
He's
so
gonna
look,
tell me about the Serbian stretch now.
maybe I don't know if our fans like that I get passionate about Serbian shit. Maybe I'm not as passionate. I'm a little more pissed off
Yeah.
that ChatGPT is throwing me for a loop and
Well, that's what's
Wikipedia
gonna
is
happen
saying
with the sources. You know?
right. So I don't think I'm
That's
gonna
the same shit with Tesla and how everybody's like fucking. It's Marconi. It's like
yeah.
really, bro. Like,
Well,
come
that's
on.
why I'm glad I have all the books that I have, and like I'm gonna just go to my books, and I'm gonna just be like, and then next time I spit out a fact, I'll be like page so and so of this in this book, because I'm not, I'm not like Beck Lover to throw out stupid shit. Beck Lover's this Albanian guy that goes around throwing out shit. He's been popping up in my feed. I don't know why. I don't watch him, but he's been popping up in my feed a lot. So I'm guessing somebody that watches us went over there. Hey, Mood Lounge is talking shit about Skanderbeg. So I don't know, and I really don't fucking give two fucking rats asses. But again, like I said, the Serbian people should be proud. That's a little Serb fact. I'll try to work on getting something a little bit more, better. But you guys got to just cut me some slack, because we do always mention some Serbian shit in the beginning of the show and whatever the fuck it is. But I'm gonna try to get next time a solid 20 minutes where I can get passionate and start yelling. Because for some reason, when I put the beret on and was yelling like, fuck you, come at me, motherfucker. Yo, the internet lit up, literally, 40,000 viewers later, and it was like, yeah, we want more of this. And I'm like, I don't want to argue with people. It's like I'm fed up with arguing and, making points. But I did want to say there's a guy that an Albanian kid, and he's in Orlando. He's moving back to Kosovo. He's been my go-between with the Albanian community, and he's been dude, super responsive, super responsive. In the beginning, it was kind of like an attack mode, and I'm all like, yo, really? And he goes, but listen. So I said, okay. So I listened to his point, not basically listen, but I read. And I was like, you do got a point there. I said, but, and I threw out some facts at him, and he goes, I didn't know that. When he said I didn't know that, you pulled the reins back, and I wasn't going to attack, and I was just like, blah, blah, blah. So we back and forth, and I've been so busy. I wanted to have him come here, meet up, have some food or whatever, treat him, just, whatever, of course he's strapped. I don't trust anybody, but yeah, I don't care, bro. You know what I mean?
Playing no games.
But in all honesty, he's really informed me of a lot of shit. He also brings to my attention people that say some stupid shit about Serbia, which boggles my mind that he's so open, and he's pause. I'm catching myself.
You know what? I wouldn't even have noticed.
See, I caught myself. He's so open for me.
Pause.
But yeah, he's just so open-minded. There, that better?
Yeah.
He's not open anally. He's open-minded.
All right.
Okay,
Pause,
all right.
pause.
So he's open-minded about a lot of shit, and he tells me some shit like, "Look at this bitch talking bullshit about your people." So I'm like, wow, that's good ammo, And I want to thank him, and I want to thank a lot of the Serbian fans that send me so much fucking shit. Talk about this, talk about that. Yet a lot of stuff that you guys send me, it's a short thing. I could talk maybe 2-3 minutes. Not that it doesn't interest me. I already know it, and it's
it's just something that you just.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's interesting enough, or
it's probably stuff you already mentioned to me too, or whatever.
Exactly, And like I said, I don't want to make this whole fucking, Mood Lounge show about, Serbian topics and Serbian things. We'll do the Serbian corner. You guys are going to have to bear with us. Some shows will be full blown. I want to do on the next show, I want to talk about how I grew up during the conflict.
Yeah.
And how the Serbian community reacted and how my friends were and how gung-ho we were and some of the shit we did in the neighborhood. Literally fucking went into Croatian bars and tore it up, walked in and be like, ha, ha, dude, we had to hide for a bit. They came looking for us, legit. They came gunned, ready to fucking, But of course I'm here. And of course my other friends are here, but they don't live here no more. They live in Serbia. They're all fucking chimped out and left. I make money. I have my pension. I go back home. Yeah, all right, cheap way to fucking live, You know, but whatever. God bless them. You know, they're living their way. I'm living my fucking way. I'm still here. You know, so let's end the show. I hope you guys like that little Serbian corner. I got to find something more passionate that I could talk about because the Nikola Tesla was great. When I talked about Nikola Tesla, and I was like, yeah, Marconi I invented the radio. You know, like, no, you didn't. Like, you know, so yeah. I need to find something a little bit more passionate. But I got a few. Like, there's one that I really wanted to touch base on, but it's going to start another fire. So maybe people, you know, if you want to hear a little, like.
Give some suggestions.
Yeah, if you want to hear about Shota Galenica. She's not Serbian. She's Albanian. But if you'd like to know a little history on her, I could school you on the next Serbian corner. Let me know in the comments what you would like to... I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to talk about. But that's a good topic that I'll be fired up about. Because when I did find this out, dude, I never, ever again was able to hear the song Shote Mori Shote. Ever again. Ever fucking again. And I remember giving your mom hell when I saw her dancing that song. I like, are you fucking normal? You know, like, so if you guys would like to hear that, maybe I'll just fucking do it next week anyway, whether you guys fucking have a say or not, you know?
You're already bringing it up a lot.
Yeah, but that's a, oh, I got that shit already here, like percolating, you know? So I know everybody's probably like, yeah, why didn't you talk about it now? That's why we need you to come next.
You need to watch the next one.
The next episode, because this is episode 97, and it's a live. And you guys even ain't telling me, like, do you like the lives? Nobody's in it that I know of, that I can't see, but do you guys like the lives, or do you guys like the pre-recorded? Because I did the pre-recorded, you know, the whole Aaron thing, and I throw this and I throw that in. Let us know what you think. So once again, we end the Serbian corner, and you know the deal, guys. You know the drill. Hit that like.
Comment down below.
Subscribe.
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss us.
Share our videos.
Don't tag us on Instagram.
And we'll catch you on the next time of the Mood Lounge Show. Peace.
Pause.